Wait, that was 6.5 minutes. That did not feel like it. Non-stop as well. Non-stop verbal assault. What the fuck? Murder, he's dead for real. Kendrick, clear Drake. Rest in peace, Drake. Oh my god. Is anyone gonna be mad at me if we just go through and read some of these genius annotations? I know we should take them with a grain of salt, but they'll know more than I do. Partly because I don't know a lot of the people that he's referring to. All right, let's start from the beginning. There is so much, everything is highlighted here. Everything they say about me is true. Oh, I could have just read it here, but whatever. Fuck sneak dissin, first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. Kendrick indeed came with 3 beat switches. Oh my god. Along with the various interpretations drawn from the song's cover art, the title may refer to HBO's 2019 teen drama Euphoria, of which Drake is an executive producer. I will say I've not seen Euphoria. I feel like it will be a little too triggering for me, even though I love Zendaya so much. I feel like it's something that I cannot watch. They had almost a week to recover from the euphoria of Tuesday's series-winning victory, and this was dropped on a Tuesday. Nonetheless, many believe that Drake was suggesting Kendrick's wife Whitney Alford was unfaithful to him. Kendrick implies that Drake drew these types of conclusions after listening to his 5th studio album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, on which he addresses many issues with his personal life, including infidelity. I think Mr. Morale being my first listen into Kendrick's discography was very helpful in me seeing him as like a flawed human being rather than this untouchable rap artist, speaker of the people. So I think anything that Drake could come at him for with his infidelity would just not make sense. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house. I'm like, Joe, okay. This one I feel like I just won't get because I don't know anything about Prince. I don't know anything about Michael Jackson. Could also be a reference to Joe Jackson who beat his kids. I would hope not. That's a terrible comparison to make. Holy shit. Okay, this one kind of caught my attention. Have you ever paid $500,000 like to an open case? And then he says, well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight. This genius annotation says Drake paid $530K to a woman who has claimed the rapper had sexually assaulted her. Holy shit. Chat, is this real? Okay, but well, I have. That's a little concerning. Kendrick is saying that he has done both of the things in the previous line, walked an enemy down with a poker face, and paid $500,000 to a lawyer for like an open case, but he came out straight, meaning despite those events, everything turned out fine. I'm curious to know what Kendrick's case was then. Drake appeared in a gun violence and homicide awareness campaign in 2019 for Toronto titled Remember Me, Toronto. Behavior that attempts to cultivate an image of empathy that is ultimately fake and insincere. I do really get the impression that something that Kendrick Lamar values very much is authenticity. Kendrick refers to Birdman as Drake's daddy, as he was signed to him under Cash Money Records. Ooh, Birdman is a piece of shit and pedo. I don't know anything about that. We don't condone that, obviously. We don't like Birdman. Okay. Noted. Drake addressed Kendrick's control verse on Hot 97. It just wasn't real to me. I saw him after that and I was just like, love. So it's like, was that real or was that for the people? Those are harsh words. You can't just say that and see me like, yeah man, what's up? Pretending like nothing ever happened. Kendrick seemingly acknowledged that his control verse hurt Drake's feelings previously on TDE's Cypher at the 2013 BET Hip Hop Awards, where these lines were perceived to be aimed at Drake. Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped Control and tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Okay, and then this one has to be a reference to the Big 3 line that has come up in 2 different tracks so far, and now 3. Kendrick continues this sentiment by talking about the other 2 in the Big 3, Drake and J. Cole, hugging on stage. Gotta admit, kind of a cute photo though. Let's see, you know I got language barriers, huh? He's going on to intimidate and make fun of the Canadian accent. Am I losing it? I didn't even hear an accent at all. I don't know, I didn't even notice that. I didn't know. How am I supposed to know? Very Toronto? Am I gonna have to pull up like a Toronto accent video? The first video that comes up is Drake's Toronto accent.
What things were you raised on, right? Like our accents and shit. Like it's like, we probably all sound foreign to you being from Toronto because of just a place that we're from. And just the fact that, like, I don't know who started talking like that. Yeah. I'd love to meet that guy. I literally want to meet the first Toronto man of all time. I don't know who he is. Like, I'm like a full father talking like internet memes.
I don't hear an accent. I don't know. It's hilarious if you catch the accent thing. Let's listen to it again.
With a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody. Tell me your cheesing farm. We could do this right now on the camera, Crody.
It's an authenticity thing again for sure. For sure. What it kind of reminds me of is, I don't know if you know, there's this TikToker who was called out last summer for having a fake Jersey accent. I don't know, it's just so funny to me because people will do this for more attention. Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we're beyond the plot at this point. When do we get Path with a Canadian accent? Maybe if I ever end up visiting Turning the Tables, they can teach me their Canadian accent. Would you ever box Connor from Turning the Tables? I hate the way you walk, I hate the way you talk, I hate the way that you dress. This was an interpolated reference to DMX's response to the Charlemagne question on The Breakfast Club. Do you like Drake?
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No. My man.
He didn't even say a little bit. He didn't even say halfway.
That's my guy right there.
No.
I don't like anything about Drake.
I
don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I don't.
See, I be trying to tell these
face.
I don't like his voice
I don't
either.
like he walks like nothing. I don't like his haircut. I might just let me shut up. I'll just stop right there.
Have you ever heard Story of Adidon? No, I haven't, but I assume it's along the same lines. Should we listen to it right now or should we listen to it after? We still have a lot to go through. It does add to the song because Kendrick brings up Push for a reason. Cover is Drake in blackface. Oh, I don't want this to be so big on the screen. Actually, I decided, I changed my mind. We're just gonna listen. Oh, fuck. No. We're just gonna listen to it without. We're just gonna pull up the lyrics. Kendrick refers to the infamous 2018 beef with subliminal jabs and an actual diss track in Duppy Freestyle by Drake. What does Duppy mean? Because Duppy sounds so cute. Duppy sounds like guppy. It's the Jamaican word for ghost. Oh. So he's coming back saying like, it's not a ghost writer. An interview with Rap Radar, Drake conceded that he lost the feud. I tipped my hat to the chess move. It was a genius play in the game of chess and definitely warranted my first loss in the competitive sport of rapping. He's a Redditor. That's exactly what I was imagining. Drake was offering 6 figures for dirt on Pusha after this? Oh no. He does have quite the business mindset though. I will give him that, considering the fact that let's look at this. He asked for a cease and desist on the Like That record. Kendrick alleges Drake tried to strike down Like That by Future and Metro Boomin for their 2024 collab. We don't trust you with a cease and desist. That's some petty shit. Honestly, yeah. I think that's so funny though. Even from a PR standpoint, what is a cease and desist going to do in this case, in the public eye, aside from make it seem like you're scared? This line I feel like was a direct reference to the story of Adidon. I feel like this is common even in people who are not of mixed race because it just reminds me of the song Black Enough by Redveil JPEG Mafia. So I don't know, that's just what came to mind when that line came up. Oh, Osteen, Joel Osteen. This also just reminds me of Jid because Jid has made Joel Osteen references. Kendrick responds to Drake's tailor-made freestyle on which he used AI to create verses from both Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Kendrick mocks Drake's use of this technology in his diss track, going on to ask if he's battling either ghosts or robots. Kendrick then appears to rap Joel Hail Osteen, likely because he is focusing on the rhyme scheme of Osteen and Offhim. However, he is actually referring to both Joel Osteen and Haley Joel Osment. This may be deliberate, confusing Joel Osteen and Haley Joel Osment to play on the idea that he does not know who he is battling. I like this interpretation, if he did get them mixed up. Honestly, I wouldn't have noticed because I don't know names like that. My goat would never make a mistake. You're right, everything he does is intentional, and so therefore I will say that this is an intentional mix-up. Drake has worked with Sexy Red on his last album, For All the Dogs on Rich Baby Daddy, a track featuring her and SZA. I actually really like that track. I think it's fun. Kendrick is also likely referencing Sexy Red's pregnancy as displayed in Drake's Rich Baby Daddy music video as a shot at Drake for liking young girls. Oh shit. Wait, oh. That's so much. I believe you don't like women. I feel like this is a double entendre for the millionth time alluding to Drake preferring underage girls, but also he's kind of a misogynist. I picked this up during For All the Dogs because almost every single track was like, this woman left me and ruined my vacation. Or whatever, I don't remember. Drake feels threatened by his new wave of popular young female rappers, such as Sexy Red. I think that there is a video by Signifier, if anyone is interested in learning more about the new wave of young female rappers. I definitely need to get on that train. The whole thing is just adding to the Drake is zesty joke. I think that's fine. I think that Drake owns that a little bit. At the same time, he does come across as insecure in other ways. It was reported that Diddy had punched Drake in the face at DJ Khaled's birthday bash. What least illegal thing Diddy did? Oh my god. What is this? No video? Damn. No video. I also get disappointed when I can't see Drake get punched. The first time I shot me a Drake, I didn't point down enough. Today I'll show you I learned from those mistakes. Ooh. I don't know how guns work, so I don't know. I guess you have to aim down. A Draco is an AK-47 which has a lot of recoil. Oh, okay. I don't know. My only references to guns are in GTA. And even then, I'm not paying attention to my weapons. Somebody told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian make Pac turn in his grave. In 2023, Drake purchased Tupac's custom diamond and ruby ring for $1 million. Kendrick would be willing to pay twice that amount just to keep Drake from sullying Pac's legacy. Bro bought his ring and then put him on a track. Yeah, that's grimy behavior. This is a direct response to Drake mentioning how Top Dawg owned 50% of Kendrick's splits in push-ups. To paraphrase, Drake assigned to Lil Wayne's Young Money imprint, which is under Birdman's Cash Money, which in turn is under Universal Records. Birdman is known for not paying his artists. Okay, so what I'm learning from this entire stream is that we do not fuck with Birdman. The MS count different when the baby divides the pie. Baby is Birdman. Oh. Oh, you know what we need? We need a big corkboard. We need some red string. We need a printer, some push pins. We need to connect the dots. There's just so much going on. I felt like Push-Ups was a pretty good follow-up to Like That. And I feel like Euphoria is an amazing follow-up to Push-Ups. I think that's what I'll say about that.